team pick.
All right.
Shadow Demon.
They got the answer prepared though. Shadow Demon is very strong against Dusek at those
Radiant
double
team
spiritual
pick.
illusions.
Lion.
Alright, they're going fast with the draft. And then Lion is good against Shadow Demon's illusions, of course. And now it's all about illusions. I love illusions. It's my favorite mechanic of the game. When
10
you
seconds remaining.
have a lot of illusions, you don't need to do anything yourself.
Very fun.
Naturally.
5
Makes Dota
seconds
easy.
remaining.
So you just get the Lion shot eventually. You drain the SD illusions, and that counter is just gone immediately. There's nothing you can do about it. Medusa against Lash, very strong. Against the Baden, very strong. I mean, sounds like a broken record, really, right? Like, Medusa is so strong. Yeah,
Radiant
it is.
team ban.
Okay.
One of the best answers against all these range carries, of course, because the range just blocks all the attacks. We haven't seen a whole lot of Mars at all in the playoffs, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like it's been getting. We've seen a lot more of the
10
carries getting picked up
seconds
early,
remaining.
so I think there's been a lot more emphasis on position 3s getting banned out.
5
It's where the Mars
seconds
has
remaining.
just kind of always been getting banned.
Yeah, so that means it's... The mid one doesn't really play carry Lash, does he?
Oh, I'm pretty sure this is like guaranteed moon.
Yeah, so... It's not easy to pick a carry into this lineup of T1s either, because it still could be a Dragon Knight offlane, where you then have to deal with super high armor heroes, so heroes like Anti-Mage could potentially run into trouble, same as Phantom Lancer. Honestly, if T1 wanted to, they could even just do like an
Dire
offensive
team
tri-lane.
Radiant team
Medusa Grim
ban.
Lion is a very strong lane, triple range. I would have to see what they opt for the last pick on SMG first.
Yeah, what carries do you feel like are viable here? Because I'm looking like again a potential way to outrange Dusop. Drow, Arc Warden's always the capability.
10
Drow into
seconds
DK
remaining.
is a bit of an issue just because the high armor, but I think just a matchup versus
5
Dusa, and they don't
seconds
really have the
remaining.
greatest way to gap close. There any like we saw China, their Ursa answer where they just go Diffusal Blade, lanes pretty well versus DK. I think against the instant stun on Lion is a bit of an issue when you do rely on making sure you get Enrage off for your survivability. Is PL available? We really haven't seen Phantom Lancer at all. Like they don't have the greatest way to kill the illusions, but
Dire team ban.
The thing is, they still have the last pick, right?
yeah.
So whatever SMG pick is gonna get countered no matter what. And I mean, they have a lot of approaches they could take. You know, maybe you go something like a Slark, just snowball and be really aggressive early on. As you said, you can go like a Drow Ranger, which makes a lot of sense against Medusa. You have Mars and Shadow Demon to back you up as well. Even a Baden. There's a lot of
Dire
avenues they could
team
take,
pick.
but they are going with an
Titan.
Elder Titan. What?
It's not an ET1, is it?
I don't know. Carry a Baden, maybe? Huh.
10 seconds remaining.
Sounds pretty weird against Medusa.
5 seconds remaining.
All right.
I'm stumped. I got a lot of time for T1 to work it out.
Yeah, I think you just go for something like safe. Something like a Kunkka, something like some Spirit, maybe Void Spirit, Ember Spirit. Something that can fight early and deal damage. If they want to go.
Well, what do they need? You got stuns on Lion and Grimstroke DK, so you got a lot of stuns. You got tower push on DK. You got multiple ways to start. You got a tanky hero to frontline. They always like going extra tanky on T1. So
Nice
You
though,
may
and
ask
that's a very
your
good answer.
heroes.
Jump those backlines. Really good against Shadow Demon Titan. Right, so it is one Lash and a mid Mars. You lied to me.
I lied to you.
You said it's 100% Moon Lashrock.
Did I say if I said 100? I lied to you. I
I
was
trusted you.
I trusted it was going to be Moon playing the the Lesh too. So I
Now
guess.
you have Elder Titan 3.
Dude, I don't know.
We've seen that scale sometimes, but it's just really iffy. I mean, you gotta go with T1 here, right?
Yup.
The lineup just looks very wonky.
It feels like SMG we're on a clock now. Again, we've seen this so far a lot through the Loopet Pro Series. Teams that are on a clock it feels like their win probability, or their win percentage, I should say, is a lot lower than teams that have team fight and go to the late game. That's just what we've seen so far. I can't bet against the Deucer. I'm a better man. The odds are there. You got a Deucer. Good.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, this SMG lineup can of course win. It's just you have to work way harder for that win than T1's side. So if you are just going for probability of who's going to win, it is like definitely in T1's favor. But it's not like the game is just over, of course. Like there are a lot of things that can happen. Maybe Moon just goes ham on his mid Mars, snowballs really heavily on his Leshrac. Maybe the Elder Titan will pop off with some like Midas, Daedalus build or something. Who knows? But there's a lot of opportunity for them to also win the game. It's just tough. It's very tough.
I think the good thing with SMG's draft is that you've got stuns, you've got tower push with the Lesh, you've got a lot of strong laning stage heroes. ET, one of the best laning stage supports. The Mars is one of the, well, I guess ET is not a support this game, and so regardless, is still an incredibly strong laning stage hero. So is the Mars. We've seen Abaddon really thrive and have a lot of priority through the Loopet Pro Series as well. We've seen how much space he can make in the lane. And now it's not a stun setup for the Leshrac, but I feel like Rogi and... Did Rogi actually go Orb of Venom? He didn't. Okay, so I won't have that to play with in the lane. But I do think there is a way for SMG, like you were saying. It's a lot more difficult to execute, but I think how they're going to be able to is you've got to win the lanes and you have to snowball from there. My issue is they don't have a Roshan taker, so that could put them behind a little bit, but there's definitely a route for them to take this game. You just have to hope it doesn't go late.
Yeah, I would... Actually, it depends. I'd say how well this Elder Titan can potentially scale. Like, I've seen some really crazy stuff with this 100% cleave talent happen. But the lane is not going to be easy. And unless he goes for this, like, Midas, Echo Saber, Axe, Daedalus, or something like that, it's not going to happen. And I don't think you can solely rely on like Moon and Lesh outputting enough damage late game against this Deucer Dragon Knight draft.
You fought and died.
Yeah, they're going to get to a stage where they're incredibly tanky. I mean, DK with... I mean, like 6 minutes in, even maybe before that, you get 12 armor, 16 HP regen. He's just going to tank up. Cuckoo's going to tank up. You got a Deucer that will be unkillable some stage, and then how do you get Whitemon and Zephyr on the backline? So it could definitely get to a stage where this game gets pretty difficult, but for SMG, it's been a hard road to get here, and see how they're able to fare. Lanes, it's going to tell the story of this game, though.
It makes me wonder if they just didn't pick any carry because the enemy has Grimstroke, which would be a pretty
bit of a bait.
Interesting reason for that. Well, at least they get 3 bounties. That's a good start.
Better man, 3 bounties means you're going to win. SMG. All in. You're just a hater, Black.
I'm a hater.
Yep.
No, I'm an analyst.
I
analyze stuff.
Analyzing. What
Not complete it.
Are there any lanes that is going to be in favor of T1? Because I feel like SMG, their lane setups are incredibly strong.
I think the top lane should be
probably just dead
easy.
down here.
Oh yeah.
He's got the boots, but Roger should be able to find him with the vision.
Did he eat a spitter?
Helping out with mid ones.
He did, huh?
I guess he did. He's now going to hit another one as well. And this was without orb, which I thought Roger was going to go to help to set up for that split earth. But that's a great way to start the lane. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. All right, so Rogi with all the... Man, They're getting super aggressive on Cuckoo. I love the recognition though. Like the Night Stalker, you are incredibly weak through the first 5 minutes. This hero really needs the daytime. I mean, he's a beefy man, 740 health. So he's got relatively good armor as well. The mana pool is a bit of an issue, so it can definitely make it difficult for Cuckoo to try and secure the range creeps, yes. So that's where Zephyr might come into play, but they've already got a level 2 advantage on mid 1. So if they do get on top of Zephyr, then you know, this line's positioning is always going to be compromised here in a lane like this. But the only issue is losing the Koro that has... Oh my god, that's so much gold! Oh, you're so lucky. That giving over a 1 like that early, that's a heavy commitment for mid 1. But, alright, so got the wand. I'll stop looking here. KP, that's really where my eyes are on. KP, on how this Elder Titan's going to fare. It's going to be interesting because we've spoken about earlier today. We saw the Drow Ranger versus the Medusa, where you know Medusa is a hero that doesn't go for any plus armor. You're all on the stats, which means you have an immense amount of base armor. And you know, Drow with that marksmanship is a great answer. That's why we saw the pickup earlier, and because you can outrange her. And it's very similar with KP's Elder Titans. Azafu should be a dead white mon. KP's got that bonus damage of the Astral Sep, even though it's only 1 poison. That is enough to find the Grimstroke. Give him mid lane as well. We've got a battle occurring. Moon. Damage mitigation now. But yeah, what I was talking about with KP, the natural order, just the base armor reduction. This could be a way to chunk down Dusa. DK doesn't have base. He's going to have a lot of armor. See how Night Stalker. All right, you're back. That's all good. You know, they're gonna keep check on you. Make sure you're not causing chaos in quarantine. I understand.
Yeah, make sure I don't leave my hotel room ever. I didn't, promise. All I did was snuck out my head to get my deliveries.
Where they messed up your dinner.
It happens, man.
It's all right.
I got lots of stuff to do, you know. I'm just a dude.
Just a dude. Cuckoo.
But a very angry dude. So you gotta be careful.
Very important dude as well is Cuckoo, as they've only got 2 charges in the slow, so no silence just yet, but the slow, that's all they need, it looks like, is they can dive under the tower. Zephyr will take up the last right click, so they're going to be able to keep their life. A lot of harassment occurring across the map in the top lane. Banishment, KP, he'll go back in after that expires. Arfu's got a very big value point up in the 2 levels in the poison. Actually hasn't skilled it just yet. But the damage with the help of KP's Astral is enough. 3 early kills for SMG.
Yeah, they're actually owning both the side lanes. Pretty one-sided. Mid lane, probably gonna be just even. There's not a whole lot of kill threat on either of those heroes, I don't think. But Cuckoo is struggling a little bit so far. 800 behind mid 1 already.
You fought and died with honor.
Thoughts on DK having a 2.5 second stun at level 1?
Good. Mine's very balanced. For 70 mana.
70 damage too is not bad.
That's pretty decent.
What was it before? 50, I think?
Yeah. Scale up the damage to make up for the cooldown increase. I also think it stunned 0.25 seconds longer before, didn't it?
KP?
Maybe not.
What was it before, sorry? What were you saying?
Maybe, didn't it stun a little bit longer before as well? Like
I can't remember if they reduced the stun duration. All I know is Cuckoo's getting absolutely bodied down. But this is the issue of the Night Stalker. Like, your first 5 minutes is atrocious.
Yeah, generally you would only pick it in a lane where it's like a passive farm fest, but Leshrac is not a passive carry hero. Probably one of the most aggressive ones even. Who's that again? Oh my god, it's a lot of damage. Careful. He's not farming that well either, huh?
And they're putting...
Decently, but so far behind the Lesh.
And this could be a bit of an issue because of also how bad bot's going, where it doesn't seem like Zephyr's had enough time to stack. Yeah, he's going to try and make his first move into the triangle to get some stacks around there, but because of all these side lanes going incredibly well, it means that Medusa is not going to have as much of a jungle to catch back up to.
Yeah, they also have to be careful because Elder Titan with all these stacks around can become an incredibly broken hero that hits for like 400 plus damage. So making those stacks, you gotta make sure that you don't take fights around them when that boy is there.
And KP's having quite the lane. Unfortunately, he wasn't getting the kills. I guess it's not bad for Arfu. You know, Shadow Demon is... In a game like this as well, the Aghanims could be really, really nice against, you know, the break for the Dragon Knight. Just an extra way to kite the Night Stalker as well. But then it does get to the stage where Shadow Demon's also a really squishy backline support. And if Night Stalker's got the net worth, then you can really just bring him down from 4 to 0.
Yeah, that's the big question also with Night Stalker, right? How much farm is he gonna get there? Aggressing on mid one, but it's just turning around.
Fu needs a target. See if he gets the vision. Yes, he does. Just in range here. And the Shadow Demon to set up for the Leshrac, something that we saw many TIs ago. These teams run. It was in the support role though, the Shadow Demon Lesh, but it still has the beautiful combo of that banishment into the Split Earth.
Yeah, as I say, one of the classics. So far, early game is going pretty well. But they have to do more, and they have to keep doing it, because they are on a timer. Medusa will eventually start farming very, very quickly, and you gotta be able to stop him. Setting up bottom again, potentially, but Cuckoo knows this. Sniffs it out.
Oh, Zephyr.
Oh, Moon.
You poor man. He's stalked underneath the observer board. Boon's happy with just dropping the ultimate for a kill like that. It does leave mid, but Carl hasn't even forced out his Elder Dragon form yet. Where do we want to see Carl go this game? Because he has had definitely the best lane out of all the lanes so far, at least for T1. So how can Carl look to, you know, bring back the lineup at T1 here?
Maybe a spear to the tower.
Oh wow, it just gets the
dead.
stun. And yeah, they've got enough time to set up the poison. He'll attempt the TPR. Oh, Fu can get another tick with the help of mid one's TP. And now mid one wants to stick around. He's got 4 points edict. That's a great question. Oh, mid. Okay. I thought they might try and put some pressure on the T1 tower. He wants to just...
No, you TP middle to farm. It's a carry mindset. Okay, relax. We're not here to get map control, we're here to get money.
He's getting a lot of money. This is almost a 9-minute Yules. Oof.
He has a 8-minute Yules. I has snap at 5,000. That's actually insane.
Incredible start to mid one Leshrac, and well, this is Cuckoo's first nighttime that he's really got nothing out of it, and now it looks
He's
like
really low though. Like
mid one.
okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Got KP nearby just in case they're looking
Like
to converge on
just
top.
dies to like a solo Grimstroke 5 after we just praised him. Like, oh, what?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Would have been funny, but yeah. He probably just has to go back to base, reset, and then get some mid lane again. Do they have enough damage? Nah, not this time.
Roger's loving life. It's like, thanks boys. Give me some little bit of gold, little bit of experience. Force off's gonna be great this game. Just kite away from the Stone Gaze, you know, the Earth Spike, follow up Stun Lock afterwards, but more importantly, the Night Stalker AoE silence.
Click on the Radiant Sentry at the Ancients. It's
Yep.
called Lost Boy.
He's just looking for a friend.
Is it actually the ward name, or did he name that ward that way?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Lost Boy.
Dire's top tower is
Aren't we
under
all
attack.
lost sometimes?
Sometimes life can put you in a pickle where everyone
Yep.
tries to find themselves.
And then other
Dire's
times you just
middle
needed the
tower
tower.
is under attack.
Life's good.
Life's great,
Dire's structures
especially with
are
5 heroes all around for SMG, just flooding the mid lane.
7-0, but not even 1,000 gold lead. That is how much they're running around the map. I mean, Dusa is still somehow same net with his Leshrac, who had like a minute 8 duels.
Dire's middle tower
Can they
is
actually
under
defend this
attack.
tower? I feel like
Very
SMG are
tough.
super strong right now. Arena's solely
Mid one.
committed for the Dragon Knight. They'll lose Carl, but Radiant still, look at the survivability thanks to Roji. Arthur will make it a second, and now they've scouted out Zephyr. Bloodhounds
Dire's
chasing
middle
their
tower
next
is
kill.
under attack.
The Echo Stomp sets up for the Split Earth, sets up for a double on Moon, and It was an ambitious attempt there for T1 to defend your tower, and now they're also... Oh, there's a stack of the Ancients. That'd be great for SMG to take.
Yeah, I really think giving these fights to SMG that they won, while they're like 5 heroes gathered already, is a pretty big blunder, because that's what they're looking for, right, SMG? They wanna
Radiant's bottom
push the
tower is
gas,
under attack.
and you're basically giving it to them for free. Like, you didn't avoid that fight, you were kind of looking for it as well. My T1 is not ready yet at all to take that fight, so gotta be a little bit more cautious. You don't have the level to stone gates yet, so Medusa can't really contribute.
It's always a hard call to make, isn't it, to defend that tier 1 tower when you have a Medusa? Because often it's life or death, honestly, if how early you lose a tier 1 mid, just because of how much map control it really provides you. But you know, sometimes when you're a lineup like this, you kind of have to give it up.
Has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
especially if you're looking for later timings. Wait, what?
Oh, nice duels.
Fine. Can't connect with the stun though, can he? Nah. And of course, the Ancients are still blocked. And they should be aware of this too.
Finally, Zephyr will take that out. I mean, hard camp's been blocked for ages as well.
It's gonna be a massacre.
So Moon's going... Oh, they're actually diving
they're
deep
going
under
near
the tier 2
Medusa.
mid one. This is very deep now. But at least he's got Abaddon nearby. Spike Zephyr charging up the Finger of Death. So not damage to kill him off just yet. Somehow mid one tanks through all the damage, which allows the rest of SMG to converge underneath the T2 tower. They'll miss the spear, but the Aphotic Shield popping, and Zephyr will fall as well. So Leshrac, I mean, he pays his dues there, helping SMG find
Dire's middle
4.
tower is under attack.
Nice to get being in to just soak up the experience, I guess. But yeah, it's a noble sacrifice. Sometimes you need that in order to win a team fight. And mid one has been going, you know, let's just call it very aggressively in all the games they've played all the time. And not to spook you out, but all the room light just turned off. Very nice. Randomly. Is my Wi-Fi still there? It is, right?
Yeah, well, I can still hear you at least.
Like the curtains closed. The light went off.
And
And
revealing
Carl,
the blink.
lights out
Carl's
as well.
corner. That's another kill where SMG. What more can they lead it into? You gotta get kill after kill after kill. Continue to flood the map. Take away the farm that T1 are looking for here as mid one. They're
Find
diving deep
Medusa
again under the T2 tower. She's got the stone gaze, but the constant chain control. The Hex might give her enough time to get the ultimate up, but they've already burnt the mana completely dry. Mid one about half health to play with. The issue is she doesn't have a lot of mana. With the Night Stalker able to fly her out of the arena, they're targeting down mid one, but again, Rogi's positioning on the Abaddon is just giving mid one so much survivability. Finally, they'll bring him down. Savage is still nearby. Moon, if he wants to blink him forward with a spear, finds a connection. Now with the Soulbind leashing them up, but it doesn't matter. They've dealt with the Medusa. And Arfu even finds Cuckoo as well.
Yeah, they're catching a Medusa with mana shield deactivated, so he just
Radiant's
dies
top
almost
tower is under
instantly.
attack.
And the over-aggression is really paying off so far for SMG. Sure, Leshrac died again, but he's still incredibly farmed. And this gives a lot of space for your other heroes. We spoke about the Elder Tide. He went for the Midas build. So he's looking to briefcase some people.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
T1 tower gonna get claimed here. SMG.
Man,
Plus
Edict.
remaining tier 1. Yeah, what a bonkers ability to take some
Dire's
objectives.
bottom tower
I mean,
has fallen.
is this ever going to get to a stage where Dire can contest in these fights at the early stage that they're so far behind in net worth?
They need Medusa to get stronger, honestly. She couldn't get the Stone Gaze out in
Wait,
time,
mid
but now
one?
they're looking for a fight. Mid one alone.
Mid one stuck around for too long. He's got yours to delay. Moon's got a TP in. Arena's on cooldown for another 8 seconds. But with all the bursts just solely drop without the Abaddon. That's been the X factor. That's why mid one has been able to play so over aggressive, but this time an overzealousness positioning is going to cost him his life. They're targeting 23, but once he gets out of the arena, looks like Savage should be able to retreat successfully, so a 1-for-1.
I'm just looking forward to Elder Titan reaching level 20 with a bunch of items and getting the 100% cleave talent. That is absolutely insane. Have you ever seen any of those clips?
Yeah, bonkers.
Yeah, just 0 armor, and you just give him the good old briefcasing.
This
Just
is
like me when I was younger. You know, my parents get the briefcase. Some people get the belt. Some people get the
You
briefcase.
got the briefcase. Oh,
Yeah, it was rough, man.
oh my god.
Maybe that's why I became the clown.
You're so funny.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate your concern for my well-being as well.
Carl, his well-being.
Dude, every time we say anything about my well-being, Carl dies. Maybe we should stop talking about me.
Dude, well, if
Wasty being
TP?
out, but
Okay.
Le Baniche.
Food perfect positioning. They'll kill off Carl. What's occurring top though? Savage and
Nothing.
Cuckoo. Nada.
Niente.
Roger?
Alright, Roger's like, what do you guys want?
Dude, this dude's a balls. Still got ultimate. They'll force it out here. It's so difficult though, because T1 like half the play is 3 behind the Deucer, and Savage is only level 11. He's so behind in levels. Zeph. Oh, Apollo Lion. It's never a fun game with 860 health. He's so close to Blink too.
I don't want to go for Blink. Maybe that can help them set stuff up, but the thing is they have a Baden who is like a really good hero against Lion potentially if he's in the right spot. And this game's looking pretty rough. Sure, you still have to keep up this pace the entire game long because of the way you draft it. But SMG is one of the teams that can do it. Carl again mid lane won't get the kill this time, I don't think. But keep on the pressure.
You do see how SMG are playing very well around the Abaddon though. He's just making sure he sits behind the Lesh. Like this is one of the strong combos with him. We've seen Liquid really like the Oracle Lesh. A lot of teams honestly just like the Oracle Lesh, and it's just the mindset of this is a hero who has to be directly on top of the enemy team. So you're always going to take an immense amount of damage. And a fight that looks good for Lesh is when he's used all his mana. You have such a high mana pool that you want to use all of it. And having any little bit of survivability from your supports to enable that is exactly what you want to pair him up with. And that's what they've done in the Abaddon. And that's why this game has looked so good for them so far. There's a team fight breaking up. Moon is able to get the blink away. Zephyr though, prioritized. It's a lot of their stun lock. A 1-for-1 as Moon fell off to the side. And now they can target down Roger. They'll sidebind him up with his duo in mid one, but now without the protection of the Abaddon, who's going to look to buy back, but he's too far away from the tower. The Echo Stomp will delay it. Is that enough? And wow! KP, what an Echo Stomp. And now mid one, there's your duo. Back
damage.
nearby and Roger, so Cuckoo blinks on top of him. Roger, great protection. A Photic Shield just before the breathe fire damage, and now Savage, he gets clips on the edge of the Echo Stomp. Grimstroke is just going to have to leave the win condition to fall. Maybe mid one would drop. A lot of mana getting brought back. But that's not enough, as what a buyback from Roger, enabling them to continue to play this aggressive front.
Yeah, that was really close to turning out very bad. Nice Echo Stomp from KP to keep mid one alive. If Drusa gets that kill, suddenly her net worth is on par with the Leshrac, and of course she's the scary hero to look out for here. But they're keeping the situation under control. And 7k lead looks really overwhelming at this point, but that's really what they need. Like you saw how close the fight was, despite all of it. Oh, Carl has BKB.
Wow, what a
Nice
timing.
pre-click.
He's just like, I don't give a damn about you. I got 2100 health. You reckon you can go through me, brother? No chance.
This is called pre-clicking. Did you do that in your bracket?
Yes. Did he have vision of him
Very
in the high
important
ground?
mechanic.
That was my only question. I didn't think he saw him at the spot he was. He's got BKB. I'll force it out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They did fight the Grimstroke though. Moon wants to pounce and he will. Great use of the silence from Whitemon. And
they diving
far
him?
out. Wait, Moon? Moon? Can they punish? Do you want to... they're so scared right now.
What's happening? It is all for...
And now Savage is like, this is not your tower, it feels like. It's like Radiant are controlling the area. Moon's gotta jump in. How are you able to protect 23 Savage and running a rampant? Radiant. The Berserkers right now, it feels like. T2 Tower. Who cares? What is going on?
Make the enemy base your base. Sun Tzu, probably.
Wow. I mean, this is almost Bloodstone on mid one. Moon might have a Deso. He does. He's got a Deso. KP's almost got Aghanims. They found Carl down bot. BKB's on cooldown for another 5. But the mid one burst damage, he's gone.
Wow,
SMG. Okay, so we have yet to see an answer to the Medusa. SMG say, screw you guys. We're not going for this late win condition like a Drow or an Arc Warden to outrange you. We're going full force aggression. Let's run him down.
So far, it's working out perfectly for them. 23 has like no space on the map at all, and now all 3 of the cores of the Radiant are ahead of the Dusa. Night Stalker still struggling. He has a Blink Dagger still, but he needs BKB to be really strong. Mars is a potential target.
Cuckoo to jump, Zephyr to follow. Radiant trying to collapse. Roger a bit too far away though, unfortunately. So pickoffs like that can bring you back whenever you got Finger of Death available. Unfortunately, Zephyr, it's a long cooldown. Level 1, 160 seconds, but you'll take the space you can get. The Savage, I mean, he's working on Skadi next item. If this game continues to go late, that's where T1 are going to feel their most power. But right now, they're too far away from that. Another start. But the Abaddon's positioning once again. Great use of the Phantom's Embrace. They need to continue to control the Abaddon to make sure the Leshrac will get brought down from full to 0. And they're able to do that successfully. A great start for T1 as now they'll target Rogi. With the ultimate on cooldown. No escape for him. Down for 70s. He brought back earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Another jump. Cuckoo this nighttime. Arfu, great positioning. Now they'll just target the Shadow Demon instead to push him further away. But he's already got the Aghanims and jump in. Moon into the silence. They got the Earthspike fall up. Moon, it's just gonna give away another life. No, Moon.
He just respawned.
Oh, this is costly. I literally just said late game Dota T1. They're most powerful. And SMG are giving them a window to get to that stage. When you're this far behind, all the gold and all the experience is just so vital.
Yeah, very good turn of events for T1. Just farming up more and more and more. Dusa is now one component into the Skadi. And you can just see how this... it makes sense why no teams pick these all in aggression drafts, right?
Yep.
Like you could just see it right there. You make a couple of mistakes, and suddenly this game feels pretty even-ish again. The Shadow Demon is still very farmed, so he's a little bit of an X factor here as well, because he's gonna have his Axe Scepter soon. And once that's up, Night Stalker and Dragon Knight are gonna feel like little kittens.
Alright, so they're gonna try and take Roshan. Deso and Mars will enable this, but Moon's still a little bit away. They don't have nighttime for another 20 seconds, on the at least for the natural nighttime, and 20 on the Dark Ascension as well. But looks like they are content with giving it up. They did scan, so they're well aware this is happening, but they believe they can defend their high ground. And, I mean, you're going to have nighttime in 5 minutes, which is exactly the Aegis timer. Do you feel like they have the right read here to not at least mount a potential defense to contest Roshan?
Yeah, I don't think you want to 5v5 them at this point. Dusa isn't strong enough just yet. Post Skadi, it's going to look very different. Especially at level 20. Once you have to level 20, every time you snake the Leshrac, you're gonna have full mana. There's nothing you can do about it. So Dusa isn't at her timing yet. Once she is, it's gonna get hard to win this game no matter what.
That is a big item picked up though for SMG. The Aghanims now on Shadow Demon are so incredibly farmed here for Arfu. You've now got 3 charges. Also have the break as well, which is a big one versus the Night Stalker, versus the Dragon Knight. You know, the priority has to be there. You know, even the Dusa as well, for that matter. But the priority has to be there. You kill Shadow Demon. That is your main target here.
Definitely. If they can cut the back line, that would be the best case scenario. And a BKB has been popped again by the Dragon Knight just to get out. They have no BKB piercing stun, so it's a little bit of a problem. Nightstalker is getting pretty close to his as well. Once that's up, he should be able to catch the Shadow Demon no problem.
Yeah, I'd like to see... It's like a force the next item for Shadow Demon, because you need to get away out of the silence and then turn and quickly purge.
Yeah, I don't know if Force Step is even enough, to be honest, because it takes quite a while to get pushed away. And then Nightstalker might just be too fast and just be on top of you anyways.
Thanks.
Probably just need to rely on your teammates to somehow bail you out the Abaddon. Who already has a Force Step anyways.
A Whitemon.
He's pretty rich himself.
Shark's gonna
Whitemon?
get caught. Zephyr.
Oh,
Great Hex to protect him. Now, without really the easy setup for the Split Earth, Whitemon will get back to safety.
Combo breaker.
Cuckoo. He's got Mars coming over.
BKB.
Uh-oh.
Moon is like, no!
He's got Darkest
You don't.
Section, but no. Chain lockdown too long. Couldn't fly over. Rune's even tipping Cuckoo there.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
has
there is
fallen.
some banter for sure between those two teams. Have been tipping Moon, and Moon has been tipping everybody. Moon is trying to take, like,
Radiant's
make an
top tower
all-out
is
war
under
happen with them.
attack.
Which is very fitting of the character that he's playing, of course. They just call a Dota hero character.
Yes, I believe you did. Please don't... Dude, please, champion. Ugh. DK might just have to BKB TP out. Or Dragon Tail maybe into the... just run away.
That's the greatest strat.
Maybe he doesn't need it. Oh, lucky he didn't TP there. They're split
would've
and they
TP'd
saw
that, didn't you?
two. Probably. Honestly.
Most people would have. Like, I feel cozy and safe here.
They have delayed the ages for quite a while. I mean, it's gone in a minute 40 here, and that's exactly what T1 are waiting for. You know, Medusa almost level 18. Has got the Skadi Paladin Sword as well, a great neutral item. Cuckoo recipe until the BKB. Dragon Knight had queued up a Midas, but he's opted otherwise. 3k going to the bank, closing in on the Aghanim. So T1, they're honestly 2 minutes away, and they're going to be a formidable opponent, even though they're 9,000 gold behind.
Yeah, this Radiant lineup can crumble really fast.
Wait.
BKB still available.
Carl? Okay, just gotta get out.
Run away.
He doesn't have TP. BKB's about to expire. Rune will jump in. What an arena! Locks out Savage's damage as well. Soulbind not enough, as now with the Dragon Knight falling ever so low. Can they get the last little inch of damage? They can. The Stone Gaze holding everyone in place here. Echo Stomp able to disrupt this. They're going to deal with the support. Zephyr falling. They've got the buybacks. They need to rely on this heavily, but it's just up to 23 Savage. The Medusa's damage isn't really there at the moment. They're diving deep underneath the base. The age is going to tick out here. Have they got enough left in the tank here from T1 once the buybacks come through? Carl with a jump in, holding the last track. Without the Abaddon to give him the protection here, they'll find mid one. It's a costly fight, but at least you're able to keep your life for your Medusa. Cuckoo can also cancel. Moon, he jumped in. He tried to find Cuckoo. Does he have a TP out? Void still on cooldown for a couple seconds. Just makes it.
That's another massive kill though. He had a 7 kill streak, 700 gold to the bank account of Savage. And he now has his Crystallis. We have seen this so many times. Sure, you can keep Medusa down early. Once you reach that mid-late game stage though. Uh-oh. It's getting hard to fight, man. It is getting hard to fight.
Yeah, it feels like one more fight and you might be in quite the gloomy position.
Yeah. Maybe even an early shot on Dusa could be pretty good this game. Because they got a couple of pretty high
Radiant's bottom
mana
tower
heroes.
is under attack.
Carl? Look for him again. But
You see
down the
how
board.
important of a component the Abaddon is to the Radiant lineup. Like, he enables your whole team to play this aggressive. And if Roger's the first one to fall, which is very difficult to kill him because of his ultimate, but if he's the first one to fall, then you can't stick around for that long because you don't have this survivability.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of lineups nowadays that are picked with Abaddon are very like Abaddon centered because they picked it straight into the DK into all these hard stuns, right? So they want to make sure that one hero gets focused heavily and you can bail them out. But this Night Stalker is a very, very big problem now because he will just silence you and you can't do all that. The good thing about the Radiant lineup though is that they have double stave. So if one guy ever gets into too many problems, they have two ways of bailing him out.
And another big issue is that Moon, a lot of his net worth, I believe, is on the Courier. He's only got Blink Deso at the moment, even though he's third in net worth. So I'm not sure what's on the Courier at the moment, but that's potential impact.
BKB? Yeah, where's all his net worth? What the hell?
Yeah. Find out in 15 seconds here. Opt them for the Ag, so kind of a dope item.
Hacker code initiated.
Alright, let's see. 5 seconds. I'm really intrigued. It's got to be a BKB.
Pretty sure it's BKB, yeah.
Yep. Oh, Daedalus completed now for 23 Savage. And his power is online. Completely unlocked. And DK's
Well,
also...
not 25 yet. That's a pretty big
Okay.
one.
Power.
Also the shot, I think, as I said, this game is very, very impactful. We'll see if he wants to go for that or just get it from Roshan.
Uh-oh. Smoke on smoke. Moon will pop. They're all grouped up for the arena. The instant stun. Abaddon needs to protect him. Moon able to get the BKB off now with the arena, but they've initially brought down Grimstroke. Cuckoo targeting the supports. A difficult start to the fight here for T1 with the numbers disadvantaged now, but they still got the BKBs available. They need to target down the Shadow Demon. This break is causing so much chaos. 23 Savage is unable to stand his ground. They're straight on top of the Medusa. She's going to end up falling. And now they need a reset for the jump in. They don't want to reset. Zephyr, she's still got the burst of the Finger of Death. Moon's up to a killing spree now for the jump in on the mana train. It'll delay the inevitable. But the break, it got rid of the split shot. Stopped so much damage on the Medusa. And now Moon, the blink has been used. Arena's up in 5 seconds as well.
Dire's
Carl
middle tower
should
is
be
under
okay. Yep, Carl. No Deucer for 50 though. They push pretty fast with Deso and Edict. Unfortunately, Lesh is not alive, so you got to rely on Moon and KP. Carl's going to do the dirty work though. They'll miss the spear. Whitemon still just getting right-click down the old-fashioned way with the Mars. Whitemon has nothing defensive to provide himself to keep the life, but he's got a buyback available if he wants to hold this out. Looks like they're just happy with giving up a full set of barracks here.
Dire's bottom barracks are under
You
attack.
went from Mask of Madness and Elder Titan as well.
Dire's
You could really see how
bottom
important he
has
is
fallen.
though to the damage output on the Medusa. Like she's sitting at no armor at all once he's next to her. And she was melting super fast. And even in the minus, what, Carl? Did you just solo kill him?
Yep. Stop the TP. He's got blink up soon as well.
Roger.
Stun. No.
Nice DP spot.
Dire's bottom barracks are under
Something
attack.
what I was speaking about while you're in your quarantine call was that the Elder Titan with the natural order versus the Deucer is going to be a potential, hold a thought, mid one. A TP into the outpost, Carl. I mean, the rest of the team can't really jump to follow. So what I was saying was the natural order. I mean, getting rid of all this armor that 23 Savage has. I mean, he's only got 5 plus or green armor, whatever you want to call it. So when the ET gets on top of him, having 0 armor is really scary.
100%. He also picked up his cleave, telling Kuku on smoke. Dark Ascension pop.
Missteps it. Photic Shield enables the BKB. But the slows are out. An incredible Echo Stomp KP. He wants to go in. Unfortunately, won't have the boys behind him. He's got Crystallis completed on KP as well. You were saying if he can get to that stage, Cuckoo pops the smoke. They found the Shadow Demon. Oh, that's such an important target. And Photic Shield trying to protect him. Zephyr's going to jump in as well with a 2-man Earth Spike. They brought down the Shadow Demon. Now without the break capability, you see all the passives coming into play. Straight on top of Moon. Arena gives him some space, stopping the Medusa damage. Moon's still alive. The Abaddon of Photic Shield. Carl will fall as well. And now 23 Savage. I mean, he's just got Grimstroke behind him. Cuckoo tried to buy back, but they don't have a T1 mid. He's closing the distance, still with the nighttime movement speed. They're losing the mana, slowly draining the health as well. 23 Savage, he needs help, he needs an out. Go! What a crit! Oh no, Moon! What a fight from SMG and a
Radiant's
white
middle
one.
tower is under attack.
Oh, he just makes it out. That's a big fight though.
It's just so much damage. They're all focused on the Shadow Demon, which is the right thing to do. But the arena was really massive. Like, it separated the Medusa from the Dragon Knight and Night Stalker, and all her right clicks did nothing the entire fight long. And now that should be
top tower is under attack.
another side gone. Probably Medusa buys back and she defends by herself. Probably can, to be honest, because she's Medusa. But yeah. Oh, that resets Medusa's timing though. Like, she really wanted that BKB. And now I don't know if that BKB is gonna be enough. Radiant is so tanky. Second Roche, Leshak Shard. We all know what that can do.
Yeah, that is a scary one to get over. I don't believe they think about KP taking it. I don't know how valuable that would be on your core AT.
Fallen to the radiant.
Good, but not Leshak.
Not like the Lesh stun. Oh, that Aghanim shot. He's got Aegis now as well. Who'd they give the cheese over? Is Moon holding it? Yeah, he's got the backpack. I mean, Moon has been so valuable with his arena placements. It always feels like the Deucer is on the outskirts and just reducing any of her damage input. Like, the Mars is always an answer to a range carry. And the mitigation of her damage through fights has been so costly for 7 seconds.
Yeah, the arena duration is really high, and without that BKB on Medusa, you just can't do anything more. They're going to him
Jump
again.
on Savage. Carl, he's got his own answer. Now with the Soulbind, it's a heavy commitment to try and bring down Medusa. Gotta be careful if you overcommit into a Skadi. This slows her out, Moon. Trying to protect his team with the Bulwark. In fact, let's just crit him down. Let's get KP involved as well. Savage, he needs help. Inkswell dispels there. He'll turn. Stonegaze is out, but the forced mobility. They're all looking for a retreat. Mid one, he doesn't give a damn right now. They burnt all the mana. Jump in, Moon. Once again, the Inkswell hard to spell. Is it going to be fast enough? KP! The Elder Titan answered finally the Medusa. It's got 2 losses as SMG. Such a crafty draft, and they'll take it 38 minutes in.
Alright, if you can't beat Medusa late game, don't let it get to late game, I guess is the lesson we just learned. All in aggression, all in mid game. I mean, their scaling is pretty decent as well still with the heroes. But yeah, they dismantled T1 from beginning to finish. Well played, SMG. We said they're coming off a hot streak, and it's continuing here.
Like you said, absolutely dismantled them from start to finish. I mean, the lanes, they were going so well. Those side lanes, still the farm was stacking up for T1, but just how they were able to execute a lineup like this. Like we were always saying that lineups that are on a timer they're really struggling to win games, but the fact that SMG were able to take it, they had enough confidence in this strategy to take down a Medusa, which has been the ultimate raid boss, the ultimate pretty much guaranteed victory. And SMG now are 1 game away from knocking out T1 at the Lubet Pro Series Season 7. What a performance. And now, that's just game 1 here. We'll send it to a break. Second game coming up shortly.